It's the NBA 100 Club.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy Christian, the Jock, from the Geek, a Jock, and a Nerd YouTube channel and podcast. We're hoping we can get more content for you all with all three of us in the future, if we can get everybody on board. Yes, I'm taking the calling out my teammates approach. I like Kobe Bryant, Mamba Forever, R.I.P. the great Kobe Bryant, a la Phil Jackson, and a la Kyrie Irving. So we'll see how it goes. Usually, it works out pretty good. So happy quarantine, everybody. I am a homebody, so this is great. I have all this time to work on these projects that I have, and I don't have to do this in company time while I'm in work. So a win-win for everybody. This project that I'm currently working on right now is my all-time 100 Players Club. It's an extensive two-part article that will first show the players from 100 to 51 that made the list, and then soon I'll put out 50 to 1. The first article has been published and is out right now. I put the link in the bio for you guys to check it out. This podcast isn't really going to say the rankings of the players, but to describe the concept behind the players' rankings and what is my standard of greatness for an NBA player. In future podcasts, I plan on bringing the geek, JJ, which is my big brother, to debate some of the rankings and players that I put in here, which is essentially what we do every time we link up anyways, but this time we'll have some mics in front of us. So we plan on doing a nice little series for you guys. It should be fun. The first thing that you'll see in this article is what I call the Robert Horry test. The last couple of years has been many all-time lists that different sports experts have published. And a lot of the times when we read these lists, I know it's the case for me, there's a strong reaction among NBA fans of some players that get quote-unquote disrespected. Now, a lot of this is just opinion-based because this is all subjective. Everyone's standard of greatness is different, and some people put more emphasis on one stat over another. I like to pick out moments that show how great you are. I saw this one list. I think it was a Bleacher Report, and I'm not trying to disrespect it. It is a great list of their top 100, but I saw Mark Price in the top 100, and players like Earl Monroe, Bob McAdoo, Nate Thurmond, Nate the Great was not in it. And I'm thinking, what did Mark Price ever do? Like, I can't think of a single moment from his career that I could point out to prove a casual fan why he's the best of the best. I also saw Mitch Richmond in there. Again, he's a nice player, no question about it. I like Mitch Richmond. But are we going to let someone who never helped his team have an above 500 record while he was in the middle of his prime? I say the Robert Horry test because anyone can pick out huge moments in his career where he swung a series, where his play either meant a championship or your season being over. That's what I'm looking for. Did you show us when it counted how great you were? And that's why I call this a club, because not anybody can get in. Man, we're talking about the top 100 players of all time. You had to have been great. There can't be no debate about it. Now, obviously, the stats are important. You want to take into consideration where they ranked in the advanced metrics, because I'm not trying to trash the analytics. I looked at their true shooting percentage, win shares, offensive and defensive rating, your box plus minus. All of that gives us an idea of where they should be properly ranked. So this ain't the count the rings list. All the winning it all is obviously important. When the NBA in their 50th anniversary, they came out with the greatest 50 players ever. I'm thinking this was 1996. When they picked the players, it was about what you accomplished as a player. Were you among the best in the league? I'm sorry, but everybody in the 90s knew Mark Price was not better than Shawn Kemp, who was also, by the way, left out on that list that I mentioned earlier. So let's not get cute here, guys. If you were among the best, you're going to be in this list. Now, I know Robert Horry is 100th here in my all-time ranking, but seriously, who gives a crap about who the 100th greatest player is? You know, once Joel Embiid does a little more, or if Paul George helps get the Clippers a ring, I'll edit this and I'll put Robert Horry out the list. But right now, I'll leave him in there. And in fact, Bill Simmons did put in his book of basketball Robert Horry somewhere in his basketball pyramid, so that kind of validates me put him in there. So I'm cool with it. So next time we talk, we could talk about Draymond Green, if he even deserves to be in this list, because I got him in there. Like, was he just a glorified role player for this all-time great team? Also, was I too harsh on Vince Carter? And I put him in the 82nd spot. I put Bill Walton 66. Is he too high or is he too low? And also the same thing for Dwight Howard, who I put him in the 56th spot. So I look forward to have this conversation and more next time. But until then, this is the Jock signing off.